Britt has a very nasty disposition and attitude, and now that Bravo is done using her kicking Kenya to the curb, I think it's time we get rid of her as well. Is y'all ready to talk about it? Let's juice.
Come on, Blaze.
It's the beef for me.
Wah, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Voodoo Doll TV, Bake, Guido, Quick, Lil, Josa, whatever the case may be. And to be completely honest, we over here talking about Love and Hip Hop. No, not Love and Hip Hop, because that's what it's given. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Girl, it don't matter about the season or the episode. Just get in here and like the video. But this is the point I'm trying to make. I thought I was going to be done with Real Housewives of Atlanta, but the tea keeps on spilling and boiling, and here we are. I'm trying to inch away from this show, to be completely honest, but I really want to see Britt go home. I really do. I really want this to be wrapped up by noon, and we can go on about our way, because at the end of the day, I feel like both Kenya and Britt were wrong for what they did, and they both should be fired. We should not be rallying around one of them, making one of them a victim and not the other, when the facts are both are victims and both are wrong in any of these situations. And Britt sticking around and now having the issues with the other girls because they spoke to Kenya as they should, and her being upset with them and having an attitude with all these other girls because she got caught in a lie about losing her insurance license, is just giving get her out of here. I mean, seriously. Britt thinks that people are supposed to just fall in her lap. I think that's the life she's had in the past, where everybody's just automatically woe is Britt, and the fact that she's not getting 100% of what she believes or deems she should be getting from that, I think that that's bothering her, and that's why she's having all these issues with the girls. But let me say this. Both of you guys are wrong. You both should have been fired. Britt is no more of a victim than Kenya is a villain. Period. And that's just that on that. But we're going to get into a slight little overview of the episode. Few things I want to touch on, but I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about the episode. And last but not least, grab your teams and let's get right on into it. So now the episode opens up 48 hours after the very last incident with Kenya exposing Britt's tea to the world, and she's got her husband at the house, and she's claiming to not have slept within 48 hours or 24 hours. And the husband literally looks like he doesn't care. Like, he's literally there like, hurry up, wrap this scene up so I can go back to whatever it is I'm doing, because I literally don't care. He knows who he's quote unquote married to, but she's laying it on thin, talking about how she hadn't slept in 24 hours. She's so devastated. Kenya wanted to really just mutilate her and embarrass her, and she couldn't believe that she did this to her, how she's no longer going to be able to look people in the eye. And I'm over here saying, girl, wait a minute. You did it. I'm confused. You had to know this was going to come back and get you, right? The husband trying to play console her, and I'm just over here saying, wrap this up by noon as well. Like, I'm over it. She's got a past. The husband knows it. We know it. She said she had 2 mistakes. She let a boy in high school videotape her doing oral. She said then there's another mistake of her doing the webcam thing. Your husband is married to you. He knows who you are. You already know who you are. You claim to have scrubbed the internet to make sure all this stuff is gone. But from what I'm hearing, the stuff is still on OnlyFans. Girl, get over it. We're not going to cry victim right now. We're not. It was wrong for her to expose it to the people. Don't get me wrong. It was dumb of her to use her event to promote the BS. I think she messed up royally, and whatever happens to Kenya, Kenya deserves. But I also feel like your past always comes back to haunt you, and now here we are. And at the end of the day, you putting 20 on 10, Britt. And you have a nasty attitude that makes me not feel sorry for you, because I saw what you did at the end with Angela, but we'll get to it. But I'm just not buying this whole, oh my God, Britt is just so horribly mortified. I'm not buying it. Wrap this stuff up by noon immediately. So then in comes Kelly. Kelly's coming by. She said Britt won't leave the house even though it's only been 24 hours, child. 48 if you want to count, camera setup or whatever. But Kelly comes by to spread some cheer, tell her she look a mess. I told y'all all truth come between a joke and mad day. But anyway, she's dropping off this food. The husband is like, ooh, thank you, because my wife don't cook. But she bringing by some vegan food, girl. Jaws full of air. Girl, get that away from me, girl. Order some wings or something. What's going on? But anyway, Kelly brought some stuff by, and she also got a surprise for the girl. She said because she really need a massage, or not a massage, some IV drips because she looked drained. So here comes some woman over here with the IV drips, and Britt is just excited to have anybody over because she really don't have no friends, not even her sisters or her friends. That's a shame. You got to get outside help to come and be your friend, girl. This is ridiculously sad. But anyway, she's excited to get the drips or whatever the case may be. And her and Kelly have a sit down. And Kelly was like, honestly, I was super shocked at what happened because that's not the Kenya I experienced. She said, even when I tried to grab the card, Kenya told me to stay out of it. It was a lot going on. And I think that it was distasteful. It was wrong. It was supposed to be an event for her child. And it was just not right. And, I had to walk out. And finally, Britt feels heard and seen because I think that's what she wants from all of this. And she's like, I know, right? Like, it was just so horribly mortifying. She wanted to tear me down in front of 200 people. And I couldn't believe that it was happening. Oh, let me do it like her. She wanted to tear me down in front of 200 people. Girl, blow your nose. Girl, please. Somebody get her a Kleenex commercial or something. Golly. But neither here nor there. They get their little IVs, and she's just so happy that Kelly came by to stop and check on her. Now, I could have swore in the future, which is today, I thought Kelly is cool with Kenya and not cool with Britt or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, let's move on. So now moving on, Shamea is inviting the girls over to the crib to see if they could all discuss what had happened. And I caught this little tea right here. She asked the chef what she could taste because he around there cooking and he said, whatever you want. And I caught the pause. Shamea, is you over there smashing on the chef? Let me find out y'all swinging around the rosy. But anyway, Shamea getting a confessional looking beautiful. I love that pastel purple on your fat. It's beautiful on that chocolate skin. But anyway, Shamea jumped in the confessional to tell us that she felt like it was very mortifying and distasteful what Kenya did. And she wanted to get the girls over there to see, if they could discuss what had happened and see if she could also get on the same page with Porsha since she's been playing in her face. But Porsha and Shamea's relationship seems one-sided. It's always been Porsha takes and Shamea gives and not the other way around. And I don't see them even coming around to having a decent relationship after this. So it is what it is. So Kelly pops the question open because everybody is there. And Kelly's like, oh my God, do y'all recall what happened a couple of days ago? It was crazy. I actually went over to Britt's house to check on her. She's not doing as well as she should be. And I really want to know how you guys are feeling about the entire situation. Now, all the other girls are feeling the same way. Like, everybody was mortified. Like, that was insane. Even Porsha was like, girl, I've seen Kenya go low, but I didn't expect her to twirl on down to hell. And they asked Porsha, would she forgive Kenya if it was her? And Porsha was like, girl, the boys would be towed down and so would Kenya. Kenya don't play with me like that. I'd already beat her up. You feel what I'm saying? But neither here nor there. Shamea's beautiful mother jumped in and said, listen, you ladies are role models to women in Atlanta who want to live above their means and act like they got money. Y'all gonna have to get it together and fix it and make sure y'all have each other's back. And I like Shamea mama. She's a silver lining type of woman. I like that. That's right. They role models for a bunch of, crazies. But anyways, so what's the girl? Angela was like, well, since we're here, Porsha, last time we was talking, you said you knew something about my husband. What is it that you actually know and do you want to spill? And Porsha was like, oh, girl, I was just playing with you. I realized you didn't catch the joke, so I moved on and, minding my business. But Angela's not buying that. And Porsha said, girl, everybody in Atlanta know about Crispus Addicts Teas. We all know, girl. The producer asked her how she knows. She said, because my cousin told me. Everybody know that Frederick Douglass, Crispus Addicts, Marcus Garvey, whatever y'all want to call him, Charles Oakley is around there passing out peen like old man pills or something like that. And I said, sound about right. Now, I don't know why production took a picture of this and showed Drew pulling up in the Uber. Because, Drew likes to act like she, got it like that too. But apparently she had a little Uber black to pull up. But neither here nor there. She pulls up and Angela asks Porsha how everything going with the divorce and if she's getting the help she needs. And Porsha basically said that Pilar had asked about Simon and asked when he was coming home. And she had to tell her Simon was at work. And when Pilar asked her when Simon was coming home, it hurted her heart because she knows Simon ain't never coming home. This is a permanent job that he's gone to. And look at Shamea running over there, hugging on her friend, loving on her friend. Oh, woo, woo, woo. It's going to be all right. And Porsha was like, it was just so devastating. Girl, shut up. Pillow got a real daddy. That's the problem. Y'all be trying to make extra daddies for these churn. She got a daddy. He sell hot dogs. Pilar gonna be just fine. By the time she get old enough, she ain't even gonna remember Simon. Girl, move around. So anyway, Drew is over there patting her face, talking about, Porsha and I are going through so much similar things, but because she doesn't want my help, we can't bond and really trauma bond over each other. Shut up, because either you or Wreck-It Ralph need to move out of that doggone house. It's weird. Girl, bye. Moving on. So now this part killed me. I ain't gonna lie, it hurted me a little bit because Kelly and her oldest daughter was outside doing yoga. Kelly said her daughter done seen her, in a fetal position crying in the bathroom and had done take care of her kids and, made sure they were straight while she was going through her divorce or whatever the case may be. So her and her daughter have a conversation after that, and Kelly finds an article where they basically dragging Kelly for the husband. Now she said the husband is gone off to prison, and that's the story she done told the churn. And I say, now why would you tell them churn their daddy in jail? Talking about they don't know he home. Don't you think that's good news you should tell the children? I'm of confusion, but they asked her what was all in the article that they had wrote, and she said, oh, just a little 1-2 yin about the differences. Girl, the article said Kelly ain't worth 2 nickels rubbed together and trying to take all that man coin and all of that. Girl, I don't know who wrote the article, but whoever wrote it, according to the daughter, said Kelly looked a mess, and they described her as a mess in the article. Now, Kelly, what's going on? Is you trying to take that man coin? But anyways, this the part that really hurt my little heart. So the daughter was like, basically she hadn't heard from him ever since they got divorced, because he in the article talking about he fighting for his kids. And she was like, I don't know why he's saying 4 kids, because he don't call me, he don't recognize me. He really only want his own 3 kids or whatever the case may be. And so I pulled up the picture that they posted, and Kelly was like, it really hurt her because he was in her daughter's life from 2.5 years old to 3 years old, and she don't understand why he like abandoning her oldest child. Because y'all got to understand, just like Porsha, a lot of people get with these people and really don't care about their kids. They just use their kids as a way to get close to them. And at the end of the day, right now, it looks like all he wants is history. And it sucks for that girl, because that girl was like, basically, she's come to accept that, that ain't her daddy and that it's over. And I felt so bad for the girl. And Kelly was like, I really want you to find love and get married. And the girl said, I don't want to get married so I can end up like you. And she said, no shade, but I don't want to end up like you. And that's got to be devastating as a mother, because not only do you have to worry about your child feeling neglected by a man who cosplayed as her father all those years, now you have to take into account how she views you as a mother and as a woman, and how it's going to shape her as an adult. Like, that's got to be a hard pill to swallow, child. Let's move on. So anyways, what's the girl Drew up there packing? She got to go out of the house every 1st, 3rd, and 5th weekend of the month or the year, whatever. I don't know. 1 on, 3 off. 1 on, 2 off. I don't know what her and Wreck-It Ralph doing. But at this point, one of y'all need to move out. Hell, your daughter don't even respect you. You told her to let you comb her hair, and she told you to, you know what? You feel me? And look at the sister. Oh, we going out of town. The sister, what is you doing there, sister? You probably one of the reasons why they broke up. I like Drew's sister. She tell it like it is, and she common sense driven. You know what I'm saying? I like Drew's sister, but I feel like when they going through a divorce, it's probably putting 20 on 10 to add her there. Like, I can imagine Wreck-It Ralph can't stand Drew's sister because he don't get to manipulate her as much with the sister around. So anyway, Drew up there playing like she's saying grace with them churn, and them churn looking at her crazy. And here come Wreck-It Ralph talking about, it's my time, I get to come upstairs. He gets to emerge from the basement. And I caught the fact that you spoke to the little girl, and JoJo had to speak to you first with your pine cone head shaped self. Boy, listen, he always treated that little boy differently. But anyway, Drew was all shocked and was like, can I talk to you? So Drew pulls him to the side and tells him that basically they need to pay, or he needs to pay the exterminator bill, because she spoke to her lawyer, and the lawyer says she shouldn't have to be accountable for that. And he like, Drew, it's $100. Like, I've been telling you to call the exterminator. You couldn't pay that. And Drew was like, no, my attorney told me I shouldn't be paying it. So I don't think that I should pay it. And it's your responsibility. Now, this ticks Wreck-It Ralph off, because Wreck-It Ralph feels like this is so frivolous for us to be arguing about. Like, you gonna sit up here and really act like I haven't been asking you to call the exterminator and take care of it. And she's like, we're not gonna do this. We're not going to do it, Ralph. So she starts walking out of the door because basically he's challenging her on why they even having a conversation about a doggone exterminator bill. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm on Ralph's side. Girl, what is going on? Like, did you just want to have a scene with him on the camera? I'm starting to believe Porsha's view about y'all making up this storyline, because none of this makes sense. I don't believe that man living downstairs in no basement, and I don't believe this doggone argument about a doggone bill, exterminator bill at that. And you want to know what else I don't believe? You want to know? I don't believe Ralph got into this doggone confessional with that suit jacket on and no doggone undershirt or no shirt, no button up or nothing on there. Musty tail self. Get out of this doggone confessional talking about how she don't pay no bills. She ought to pay a bill. She should pay a bill called the T-shirt fund. I sure hope you got some Old Spice deodorant on or something under there. Probably sweating all under through the doggone vest and through the doggone suit jacket. Get off of here, chest and suits. So she outside in the car telling her sister, he just came upstairs talking about it's his time. He never comes upstairs and he's just trying to trigger me. Girl, if you don't drive off, if I was Ralph, I would have called the police on you. Girl, you are on the premises 3 seconds after your time. Get out of here before I get the sheriff on the line. You and your crazy sister. Bye, girl. Just go on where y'all going. Now, this segment gonna be short and sweet because I got to say the quiet part out loud. Shamea, a beautiful girl. We like Shamea. We love Shamea, actually. But Shamea is still in the studio hoping that she can get an album that none of us is going to buy. Nobody want to hear a 40-plus-year-old middle-aged woman in the studio trying to put out no album. I'm sorry. I get it. She got RL over there. Next probably in the background. But girl, next. We don't want to hear this. I ain't gonna lie. You and Drew competing for the top of nothing is really bothering me and grinding my gears. And you know what's bad about this? Shamea is a beautiful girl with a gorgeous voice. When she sang a little piece of the song, it was amazing. And then you wonder why Porsha shaded you with not knowing if it was you on the song or if it was Drew, because you put the auto-tune on it, girl. You either gonna sing or you not gonna sing. Either way, we not gonna buy the album, but still, drop the auto-tune and get in here and really sing the song. Shamea, just don't sing it no more. Just sing for you. Make an album for you and your family. Because people can get in the comment section and hate and say, I'm hating and I'm just being negative, but at the end of the day, y'all not going to stream the album, and you know it. Now, when she brought up the fact that she was in a group with Carrie Hilson and Carrie Hilson's career done came and went and she's still trying to figure out her career, I said, yeah, hang it up flat screen, Shamea. Hang it up. Do it for a hobby or for fun. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, the game don't call for middle-aged women. It just don't. Shout out to her being in a group with Carrie Hilson, though. Now, moving on, Britt got her mama coming over to check on her. She said her life has been in shambles. She's losing everything, her licenses, all her deals and brands, because she's been devastated by the Kenya Moore wrath. Well, you asked for it. I mean, you poked the bell and the bell came out and bit your head off. What do you want us to do? Like, Britt, wrap this up, please. So Britt sits down with her mama, and her mama was over there checking on her, and she told the mama that she actually talked to her sister, who she hadn't talked to, because a lot of people kept reaching out to her sister to check on her. And she was like, that told me that me and my sister can be close. We just got to figure out some loose ends. But the mama told her, listen, you are used to this. People always, quote unquote, hated on you all your life. You should be used to it. And it was at this moment I said, Mama, you part of the problem. Don't feed Britt's ego. That's why Britt, her whole little thing is shattered right now, because she can't believe that somebody played her to the left when she's probably always had somebody always kissing her. You know what? Britt is not above reproach. And I'm not saying that this has anything to do with, her being exposed, but come on, what are we talking about? Britt is in search for whatever validation she needs from people. And I feel like only the people inside of her small inner circle are the ones going to give her that. And even that's not enough. I'm over it. Let's move on. Now, moving on, Shamea's doing the one-on-one with Porsha to check on her. And even though she has the opportunity to ask Porsha why she do her the way she do her, she's opting not to do that because she just don't want to upset Porsha. I told you this is a one-way relationship, but neither here nor there. She sits down with her at a table and they start talking about her situation with Dennis and Father's Day. And basically Porsha says that it's hard for her dealing with Dennis and this whole storyline with Drew and them filming together. And she asked him not to do it, or basically she told him it's disrespectful, and Dennis still chose to film with Drew. And I'm over here saying, girl, move on. Porsha, get off the show at this point too. You could go too. You ain't bringing nothing. Anyways, so Kelly's throwing the brunch, and her sidekick or her stylist who set up the brunch is over there helping her set up and, get the placements for all the girls' tables and all that. And I said, wait a minute, zoom in. What is this? Because I hear a black woman, but I'm seeing something different. And there it go. What in the ATL? A clear man with a black woman's vernacular and her hair? Oh, I hate Atlanta. Anyway, he's over there. Hey, girl, you look beautiful. I set up everything for all the girls. He act like he want to be one of the girls, like he want to be one of the housewives. Get him off of here. So, anywho, Angela comes in with her hot flashes. They claim they calling her Netta because the way she called Charles, she say Charles, and she round there with a fan every time you turn around. But neither here nor there. Angela's there to be supportive. This is a brunch to support Britt or whatever. Again, another way of making her the center of attention, whatever. So the girls arrive. Drew actually looked cute on this one. I ain't gonna lie. It's giving Sunday Easter tease. I like it. Drew looked cute. She arrived. I don't know if she came in an Uber or if Wreck-It Row dropped her off. But neither here nor there. She's here. They're queer. Get used to it or something like that. So now in comes Britt, still looking like a video girl, and she's so excited to see all the girls because like she said when Kelly invited her originally, I love all the other girls. Well, apparently the lie detector test determined that was a lie because when you sat down with Angela, you had a whole different opinion and attitude when you realized they spoke to Kenya, but we'll get to it. So Kelly gathers the girls together and tell them they're here to honor Britt and kind of catch up with her and see how she's feeling and just support her. And this is a peace brunch or whatever the case may be. So now she was like, Britt, how have you been feeling? Can you explain to the girls what's been going on in your world? How you've been able to handle this or not handle it? Like, what's real tea? So Britt goes into the whole thing about, oh my God, I've been having sleepless nights. I haven't been able to eat. I'm stressed out. I'm losing all my businesses, my brands. This has really defamed my character. I can't even look in the mirror. I don't want to leave the house. I'm just all over the place and I'm losing my insurance license. Well, Angela being an insurance license or licensed insurance person was like, oh girl, what you mean you losing it? Like, can you elaborate, like as far as losing your license? And she's like, well, what do you mean? Angela just basically asked her to clarify what exactly she meant by losing her license, because typically you don't just lose your license off of a rumor. It's like a process and it takes a whole lot to lose said license. Now this has triggered Britt. Mind you, she's already triggered because she realized that all the other girls spoke to Kenya and she didn't appreciate that as well. So when Angela get to asking her about the license thing and calling her out on her lies, this makes her goes overboard. And she's just like, I know what I'm talking about. I'm losing my license and da-da-da-da. And Angela was like, well, girl, I'm just asking you a question. I simply asked, what led to you losing your license? Because me being a person in the field, I know that it takes a lot. Baby, the way she snapped at Angela, baby, she would have got 5 fingers across the face. Do you hear me?
Room. Read the bottom room.
I'm reading the room.
You're not.
Whoa. I am reading the room.
A little slow.
No, I'm not slow. You're slow because you like to throw rocks and hide your hand.
These are the facts. Britt is a very nasty, nasty person, inside and out. And I think that's why she have trouble with being around other girls. I think that's why she has the trouble she have with a lot of the people that she's around, and she's a loner and she found a husband, quote unquote husband, who could stick around her and put up with her BS to a limit. Because the way she yelled at Angela was so uncalled for and so stupid, all because you feel some type of way because these girls spoke to Kenya and then Angela simply asked you, hey girl, so how did you lose your license? Like, all this displaced anger that she has, she need to go talk to somebody. And I said what I said. That girl needs a therapist. Something happened in her childhood. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, she needs to figure it out. Everybody at the table, once again, is mortified. The same they were mortified when she went off the handle on Kenya. And again, I'm not saying that she deserved to be exposed like that, but there's something going on with this Britt girl. Period. And whatever the something is, she absolutely needs to go talk to somebody about it because she's not okay. She is not okay. Like, are we just going to continue to give her passes because she's quote unquote hurt? No, not me. It's time for her to go. Bye, Britt. I hope I never see you again, but I know I will. I hope Phaedra come on the show and drag you. I'm over you. I'm so over you. So anyways, they made Angela and her switch seats. And Angela goes over to sit next to what's the girl named Shamea, so that they can kind of keep a little peace at the quote unquote peace brunch. But there is no peace when somebody don't have peace in their heart, and that's Britt. I don't care what nobody say. You're not gonna make me feel a way about it. She's disgusting, and I would never want to hang around somebody like her. So now Shamea turns around and asks her the exact same question that Angela asked her. She was like, well, let me ask the question. How did you lose your license? This is the only question that Angela asked that sent Britt over the edge. But here comes Britt.
Well, I've been contacted by people about my insurance licenses, and they've heard the rumors, and they said that I really need to figure out what's going on, but I didn't actually lose my license, but that I am a threat or in threat of losing my license. So that's what happened.
And then, what's her name? Angela was like, that's what I thought. And then she's like,
what did you say, Angela? Angela, what did you say?
And they get to going back and forth once again. Britt is the problem. Britt is the problem. Britt is the mother effing problem. And I don't care what nobody say. It's time for her to go. G-O and never come back. She probably never had friends in high school and never had friends in college if she went to college, or never had friends in the workplace, because she's a nasty person. Yeah. There goes the peace brunch. Ain't no peace brunch. Britt needs to peace her way out of there and go home. Go get your husband and go on home, girl. Mind you, she's still mad about the fact that the girls talked to Kenya, but like Drew said, yeah, we talked to her, but we over here trying to support you, and it's becoming an issue, and we just want to really be here for you. But Drew, you need to tell her what I'm saying. She need help. She need to go talk to somebody. She need to be on the couch with the man with the pencil and the paper in his hand, or something like that. Something is seriously wrong here. I don't care what nobody says. And you know what's worse about this whole situation? Everybody can see it except Britt. It's got to be a hard knock life to be in Britt's shoes. I would never want to be in her type of situation ever. Like, there would never be a situation where I would want to be in a Britt story. Beautiful girl on the outside, but just broken and shattered on the inside. That's got to be a tough place to be. And like I said, I'd rather have my regular normal life, girl. It is what it is. Your past came back to haunt you. You thought you scrubbed the internet. It's still out there. You can't never completely get rid of anything on the internet. Somebody should have told you that in the past, because here we are in the present. And it's going to come back out again in your future. It just is what it is. But anyway, at the end of the episode, Shamea tried to dance the girls' problems away, but that'll never happen. I think the only thing that'll make me want to stick into this whole situation for real, is if Phaedra come in and take the knife and dig it even further in Britt's back. Other than that, yeah, Britt, please, like I said 10 times in the episode, go away from me with this, Apollo. We don't ever want to see you again. But what do y'all think? Drop down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and comment. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.